Hi guys, and welcome to our podcast TayLORE Swift, where we talk about all things Taylor Swift. I'm your host, Karys.
And I'm Shea, Helton.
And so we're going to get right into it. So some background on Taylor Swift. She was born on December 13th, 1989, and she's an American singer-songwriter who got her start in Nashville, Tennessee. And at the age of 14, Swift's family moved to Nashville to support her dreams of being a country music star. Her most popular songs include All Too Well, 22, Blank Space, Shake It Off, You Belong With Me, Love Story, and Antihero.
And she actually writes all of her own songs, and she's won 12 Grammys in addition to her other 29 awards. And actually, All Too Well, one of her most popular songs, just won Best Music Video. Taylor's version.
Taylor is currently in the process of re-recording all her old albums because her old manager sold all of her music to another label or company for a reported $300 million deal.
And she stopped making money on those.
Yeah, she stopped making money on those, so every time someone listens to, for example, Speak Now, he's getting that money. She's not getting that money. So Taylor, legally, she owns the like song rights, like because she writes all her music, she owns the words, basically.
She doesn't own the master
but she doesn't own the
masters.
So Scooter's making that money. So like, since she re-recorded Fearless Taylor's version, she's now making all that money. Has how many albums again? Okay, she has a lot. she has
so
a lot.
much.
My favorite is Speak Now, so I'm patiently waiting for the re-recording of that.
Mine is also Speak Now. I am very, 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 very patiently waiting for that.
Yes, we hope it's soon. If you guys didn't know, if you guys aren't keeping up, she's going on tour. We're both going. April 13th.
And April 14th for me.
Hey, Tampa.
Woo.
So, on November 1st, 2022, Taylor announced her Eras Tour, Breaking the Internet. So this will be her first tour since her 2018 Reputation Tour, which I actually went to. No big deal. So she announced it. It was crazy. Everybody was losing their minds. And then on November 15th, Taylor Swift and her fans, Swifties, basically broke the internet. We broke Ticketmaster.
Made history.
Yes, we made history. So it was for pre-sale. We broke the internet for pre-sale, not even general sale. So according to websites, there was an estimated 2 million tickets sold in pre-sale alone. So Taylor had to cancel the general sale.
Yeah, so when you're waiting in the queue for the pre-sale, at one point, Ticketmaster CEOs or whoever's like running that paused the queue so nobody was able to even buy tickets. But at that point, they had already like oversold the tickets. Mm-hmm. So basically, they sold out the entire arena instead of just selling a specific amount. Yeah, like a third or whatever they're supposed to do for pre-sale. They sold all of them. So they were overselling tickets, so people who had got tickets were getting refunds and their orders were being canceled. And it was a mess, but thankfully we both got tickets and we are very excited for that.
Yes, it was excruciating. At our school,
brutal.
Everybody, you knew, when you came to school that day, you knew who was a Swiftie and
people
who wasn't.
People were walking around with their laptops open in the hallways, iPads out. I was one of them.
And me too.
Yes,
I was sitting at lunch with my computer open and my phone open, waiting for the queue to go down, and I spent all of my classes sitting there. I went to my teachers and I said, listen, I have to keep my computer open. This is life or death for me. This is my Super Bowl.
Exactly.
And I got those 6 tickets. I got 6 tickets. It was a battle.
It was hours and hours and hours of sitting there and just stress. And also, like, at the time when the queues were paused, nobody knew if they were sold out or not because nobody was able to get tickets. So you're sitting there for hours and hours waiting to see if you could get tickets.
It was horrible.
I would describe it as.
I was sitting in my second period class, and the number dropped from 1,000 plus people in front of you to 200 people in front of you, and then it dropped to 100, then 75, and then I got to like 10 people in front of me, and the website crashed, and it restarted, and I went all the way back to 1,000 people in front of me, and I had to spend the rest of the day sitting on my computer. It was horrible, but we're very big Swifties over here, if you couldn't tell.
Yeah.
I was in New York, and while I was in New York, I got a Taylor Swift tattoo. So on my arm, currently, there is healing ink of a bow and arrow in honor of one of my favorite songs, The Archer, from Taylor's Lover album. Like, we are big Swifties over here. You guys don't understand. Shea has the cardigan.
Planning on getting a disco ball on my arm for the song Mirror Ball, which she refers to as a person being broken 1,000 times over again and then being put on display for the whole world to see. And I feel like I relate to that very much. So I'm gonna get a disco ball on my arm forever, because if you look at the tattoo, obviously, like, you would know what it means if you're a Swiftie. Mm-hmm. But if you don't, then it just looks like I'm a freak with a disco ball on my arm.
Yeah,
but hey, love it.
Speaking of the little mirror ball quote that Shea just said, Taylor has some of the most beautiful lyrics I think ever written. She is literally a mastermind. Not to
shamelessly plug. Go stream Midnight.
Yes, all of her music is actually genuinely insane. Like,
you think that maybe she like doesn't have the best voice ever, but if you sit there and you listen to her words and her lyrics, I guarantee you it'll feel like a knife got stabbed into your heart.
People are like, oh, I don't like Taylor, I don't like her music, it's boring, because all they hear is the radio pop songs, which, by the way, are still great songs. So they don't like her because they only know her pop princess like era or whatever. But when you sit down and you go through her music, you press shuffle on Folklore and Evermore, you're sobbing. Like, there is no, like, right where you left me, you are sobbing. Like, her lyrics are some of the most beautiful things I've ever heard, and I always sit there and I'm like, how does someone come up with this?
The only thing people see when they think of Taylor is, like, boyfriend drama and online feuds and scandals and getting in fights with people, but, like, that's, like, so old. Like, that is so over that. She's been with the same guy now for 7 years? 6 years, something like that. Like, a long time. She just keeps to herself. Let's just leave her alone. Like, she is all for everything.
Like, Shea and I have a friend who, whenever we talk about Taylor Swift, he has to say something about Kanye. And, like, Taylor has built herself up to something bigger than just being known as the girl that Kanye upstaged. And that's, like, the beautiful thing about her.
See, Kanye is so low that in his song Famous, he includes the lyrics, "Why I made that B word famous," referring to Taylor Swift, when she was on stage winning an award, and he just had to, go up there and take it. So he, in fact, did not make her famous because she was already winning a huge award at the time. So,
and then a lyric Taylor has is, "When a man talks blank, then I owe him nothing," because that just speaks to her character and how mature she is and how she doesn't need to name call and drag people down to bring herself up. We can't wait to see her in concert, and we're gonna cry.
My life will have been worth it at that point.
Alright, guys, this has been TayLORE Swift with Karys
and Shea Helton.
Thank you guys for listening.
Bye.
Bye.